So my goal is to make these videos as concise and helpful as possible. I'd like to welcome you if you're new to the channel. I'm Danny with Escape Power Sports, and today I pulled out our 08 KTM 530. See if we can't get her tuned up. She's been sitting all winter, so I'm not exactly sure what she's going to need. Might have to charge up the battery, change the fuel, maybe a spark plug. Really only one way to find out. Let's get started. Let's just push the button and see how she likes it. Well shit, that's not very exciting. I wasn't really expecting it to crank right up. We'll tune her up anyway. Alright y'all, I can't believe that battery held a charge since the last time I thought I might have a chance to ride in February. But it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and just top off the battery anyway, so that way I don't get stranded somewhere in the backcountry, because you can bet once we get her fixed up, we'll take her out for a ride. This bike has a handy little plug here where you can plug in a little charger, a little battery tender. But if it didn't, all we got to do to get to the battery would be to remove the seat, and usually there's a bolt right around here on these KTMs. It's either 8 or 10 millimeter, I forget. Anyhow, mine's missing, so we'll add that to the list of parts. But once you get that bolt out, you can just pop the seat right out, and looky there, there's the battery. Alright y'all, so I got the battery double charging on 2 trickle chargers. That might be a terrible idea, I don't know, but it might go faster. Anyhow, whenever I was charging the battery, I looked in there and that air filter looks about disgusting. I doubt if you can see it from up there, but let's see if we can't figure out how to change the air filter on this bike, because that's almost embarrassing how bad that looks. Oh shit, that was easy. Maybe you can see it now, but there's our air filter. Let's see if we can't find another one of those around here. Alright y'all, so by the time I found another air filter for this bike, the battery had already done charged up. So I guess that does prove that, in fact, double trickle charging does charge your battery faster. Anyhow, the first step for changing the air filter, in my opinion, is to clean out the box so that way no dirt or anything else gets into the hole once we get the filter out. So let's go ahead and get right to it. What you say, Joy? Well, that's good enough for me. Let's see if we can't figure out how to pop this out of here. It looks like this clip might just come undone like that. Oh. And then just kind of, oh shit, pull her. Well, that hasn't gone great. Let's get this other side off and see what we see. And to get this passenger little side panel off here, it looks like we could either use a Torx T30 star bit if you got one of those handy, or if not, an 8mm would be the trick. Alright, let's get her off there now. So it turns out this piece is part of the box, so we're going to just leave her right where she's at and not try and mess with that too much. Might have to pull a tank or something to get that all the way off, and come back to the side and continue what we're doing over here. Alright, well, so that middle part of the filter just kind of pops on. So I guess it'll just slide right off. Oh yeah, looky there. Here she comes. Try not to drop any filter in our motor here. Nice. Well, that's out. Alright y'all, so this filter is just completely destroyed. But if it wasn't, instead of replacing it, I might try and clean it in order to save a couple bucks. And in order to do that, I figure we'll just try and show it just for, I don't know, shits and giggles. So if we're going to do that, I just put a little Dawn dish soap in a bucket of warm water. And see if we couldn't just gently knead it and clean her up a little bit like that. You definitely want to gently knead it, because these old filters definitely are a little delicate. And yeah, so I guess we're replacing that one. But if this old filter was savable, I would just knead it up in this Dawn dish soap water, move it over here into some fresh clean water, get all the soap out, let that dry. Probably spray some of this air filter cleaner on there, you know. Get it good in there after it was dried, and then let that dry. And what we'd end up with, if you did all that and your filter wasn't completely ruined, you'd end up with a clean filter looking something like this, and move on to the steps we're about to get to. Starting with shoving a couple clean shop towels in this intake and cleaning up this box as best we can. Definitely don't want all that water anywhere near your intake. Alright y'all, so now our box is all cleaned up, ready for our new filter. But before we stick it in there, I want to spray it down with some oil treatment spray. This is apparently something you're supposed to do with these air filters. And the directions say to get all of it covered pretty well, so that's exactly what we're going to do. And it says to do the inside and the out, so we'll do that as well. Well, that's oiled up pretty good. Let's slap her in there. Alright, so I believe this piece goes in there like so. So we'll just stick this through the tip of there maybe. Or better yet, let's stick it in there first. And that actually sticks onto the insert there. No, that ain't right. The old one was on better. Let's see if we can't figure this out. It appears there's a little lip going around the filter, and we'll just kind of stick her in there, you know, pull that lip around. Cool. Now that ought to be a tighter fit. There, perfect. It looks like that just, well, that's done. So I really hope you found some of the information in this how-to video helpful for your KTM dirt bike. And if you did find it helpful, do me a quick favor and give the video a thumbs up. I'd like to welcome you if you're new to the channel. I'm Danny with Escape Power Sports. I really want to thank y'all for watching. And as always, we'll see y'all on the trails.